Okay, next question from Texas Eco Farms. Hey Curtis, do you have a system for goal setting prior? So yeah, I'm gonna keep this. This question's relatively relevant. So what I should have said at the beginning when as I'm doing this new format is it's going to be questions that are like farm and business related, which is primarily what From the Field is about. And then things that get into philosophy and politics or whatever, I'll push to the end. So this one fits in just fine. Hey Curtis, do you have a system for goal setting, prioritization, and task execution? Any tips on staying focused and effective on the farm when you are the only one person and there is so much to do? Yeah, I use Wunderlist. That's my favorite thing. I still use it today. The app is somewhat outdated. So Wunderlist is spelled Wunderlist. I love it. I use it for everything. I couldn't manage my life, especially now with more kids, to do the things that I need to do, because you have to stay on task. And running a farm is the same. And when we had the farm, it was the same thing. And you can make different types of lists in it. So there's things that have to be done today. Then there's things that need to be done in the week. And then there's things that need to be done in the greenhouse. Then we would have a list. We had a list of microgreens. What are the weekly microgreens planting? So 10 flats have to be planted on Tuesday. 20 flats have to be planted on Wednesday. Whatever it is, we would put that in there. So that's what I've used, and I still use it. And I still use it for goal setting too. For thinking further down the line. I also use Evernote. My Evernote is quite extensive. I have like different folders for different things that I'm working on, like different ideas, video ideas, from the field, guest plans and things like that. I also use my calendar extensively. I'm a Mac user, so I use iCal. Between my wife and I, we put things on the calendar. So we use, really I use three things to do what I do day to day and keep the long-term stuff going forward. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. And it's just as important if you're one person operating by yourself, or you're working with a team. It's all important. It's when I was running my farm pretty much by myself, it was the same thing. I had to have these lists, because the thing is on a farm is that that you have to do whatever X tasks per week. That you got to plant the next succession of crops. You got to prepare those beds. That you have to fulfill all of your marketing and production obligations. So you got to harvest these crops, you got to bag them up, you got to deliver them to these places. Those are like the fixed things that happen every single week. But then there's always zingers, right? There's always things that that come up unexpected, whether it's something breaking, poly on the greenhouse ripped, the hinges on the door of the greenhouse broke, some cat got in and tore up something, or it's like endless amounts of things that can go wrong on your farm. And so one of the most important things about having a list is like this is it keeps your goal on the prize, so that there's going to be times where you got derailed by something that was unexpected, and you might go, oh, this has already derailed me a half an hour. If I don't get back to the list that I had to do, then that's going to compromise the things that bring money into the business. And so you have to go back, and if you don't have lists, you'll get just endlessly distracted. You'll be like a cat chasing its tail. It's just endless. So I think it's super important, and that's what I still use today is Wunderlist, Evernote for my ideas and the basis of my writing, and then my calendar. So yeah, that's what I use. Thanks for the question.